What's happening, everyone? My name is Adrian and welcome back to another episode of What the Pun. So, hope you all have had a lovely festive break, and depending on when this video is very likely going to come out after the New Year, but Happy New Year to you all. Thank you for your support. Thank you to my lovely subscribers and new subscribers. Thank you very much for sticking around and supporting me. But yeah, this video is very likely going to come out after New Year because it's going to be a long process in regards to what I'll be doing. What will I be doing? Because basically I've good old Mark 6 Golf R here kind of been abandoned for a bit since I've purchased the Seat Leon as a daily. But the idea now that the car's tucked away nicely in the garage, now that I've I've built up the energy to now want to get started on my idea for the Golf R. Basically, tidy it up a bit, get it all nice and pretty. Make it all kind of almost car show ready. Because in terms of performance, the car is spot on, banging now. I'm happy with the performance. So the only thing now is just kind of tidy things up, make it all pretty and car show kind of ready. So starting off with this in this video, it's mainly just to lift the car up, get the wheels off, clean it all, remove the wheel arch liners, clean it all up, have a good look. If it's a bit rusty, sand it, treat it, prime it, paint it. Simple as that. Sand it, treat it, prime it, paint it. Sounds simple, right? But that's the whole idea, just to do it for all four corners of this car. Just so it's all nice and well looked after, basically, because this car's done well for me and I want to look after it. And if I ever do sell it in the future, then at least someone knows this has been a very well kept and well looked after example. But other ideas I've got brewing in my mind is mainly to do the front of the car. There are some parts like typical of this generation of like cars which shares its platform with the Mark 5 as well. So the front fenders, kind of certain bits are starting to rust through, and I'm not quite happy with the bonnet of the car as well. So I've got some ideas brewing in my head, but I need to figure out the numbers and sort that out at some point. But back to the work today. Any parts I'll be using, I'll share the links in the description box. But yeah, I will get started and run through the whole process with you guys. Okay, let's go. Okay, so let's take a pause for now So first part of what I wanted to do, that's all done. Basically, lift up the car, jack up the car safely, remove the wheel arch liner, which, just a tip, do have a good look at all the different screws that's holding that down. There is roughly about, you need 12, 13 screws to get the wheel arch liner off. Some of them, if your car's been in a lot of different terrains and quite a lot of mud's got there, then some of the screws might be kind of like camouflaged underneath quite a lot of mud. So I had one that I couldn't. I was like, what's going on? This ain't coming off. And then I've discovered, oh, there's a bit of a camouflage screw situation. So I had to kind of give that a little wire brush to clean it up a bit, and then just so the screw hole, kind of like, oh, there it is. And then that last one hiding there, I managed to get off then. But yeah, take your time. Once your wheel arch line is off, give it a nice clean, brush up any loose debris. Just be careful of, well, because on this side is basically where the fuel's coming in, so just be careful not to like be too aggressive or anything in case you damage any sort of connections. But yeah, after this stage is done now, next part, just basically have a really good look, see what's going on. I'm lucky the condition's not too bad, but there is a few small little rust spots developing, so I'm just gonna use a wire brush attachment to the drill, give that a good nice clean up, wipe it down again, then treat it with a sort of rust reactive solution. I will have that on the screen and everything else I use, so be sure to check the description box down below, or I might have a link on the screen. But yeah, I have everything up on the screen for you guys. But yeah, next part, let's go. Okay. Oh, sorry. Give me a second. Okay, bit fuming there. So, finished sanding back the small rusty spots. Oh gosh. Finished sanding back a few of the rusty spots with the wire brush attachment for the drill. Yeah, safety first, guys. Safety first. But after that's all sanded back, giving it a nice little clean as well, with a kind of like a light alcoholic solution, just to wipe that down, just clean it up a bit. And now I've gone in with the, keep forgetting what it's called, but yeah, I have it on the screen, that rust converter, that's the word. Sprayed it down with the rust converter light coating. I'm going to come back in about 15 minutes, see how it is. If I require another coating, then I'll whack on another light coat as well, but I don't think I need to go with a second coat, as it isn't that bad. But yeah, I'll come back in for 20 minutes, have a check. If it's all good, then I'm going to go with the first layer of primer, which I also show in the screen in a bit. But yeah, be back in a bit. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so I've just popped in, had a good look just to see how it's reacted, and as you can see, areas where it's reacted, it's kind of changed to this kind of black kind of color. So I can see like some of the spots weren't too great, so I've sprayed another coat just to get better coverage, just so I've covered all the kind of spots that weren't too good. And same on this side as well, just added another light layer on some of the spots basically. But yeah, getting there. So I think once this round dries up, we're good to prime it. Okay, so let's just pause for a brief moment, just for a little recap as to where we're at the moment. As you can see, a bit chilly in the garage at the moment. It's like about, I think it's -2. Gosh. So I'll try and make this quick so that I don't catch a cold or something. But yeah, so far, what's happened? Lifted the car up, securely jacked up the car, took the arch liner off, giving it a nice little clean, so remove any mark dirt that's built up around any crevices or areas. So it's nice and clean under the arch now. Then light sanding just to remove any rusty spots. Fortunately, very little rust under this side. Quite lucky, so not much sanding was required. Once that was sanded down, I just wiped it down with a nice solution just to get rid of any dust. And then we used a rust converter spray, let that dry, and then do a second layer and then let that dry again. Once that's dried, then I applied a primer. Did come across a bit of a problem for the drying time for the primer. It didn't quite dry as expected. So then I had to apply a bit of heat. I think because of the temperatures at the over the recent weeks, it's not letting the primer kind of dry properly because of the humidity and the cold. So I applied a bit of heat. Ideally, you want like a heating lamp, professional heating lamp or semi-professional heating lamp to help with the drying process. If you don't, I just use a heat gun at a very safe distance, not too hot, but a nice warm heat that really helps with the drying process of the primer, and it's really dried properly. At first I was thinking that I'd just like settle with the primer, but when I saw how after the primer's dried up properly and then looked around, it's like the primer's not quite matching the colour of the rest of the wheel arch. So now I'm going to go over the primed areas with a matching spray paint. Well, initially I was planning to paint it anyways, but then doing the job I thought, I can get away with just primer. But now that I've seen the difference in colour, maybe not. Okay, so now pretty much near at the end, paint, and then I'm going to apply like a protective underbody wax around the arch, and then just put the old wheel arch liner back on, and then bada bing, bada boom, and we should be done. Cool. Okay, so we are back in the garage again. Bit of a problem. I think I bought the wrong product. So let's go through. So I decided I was gonna use the paint. I put the paint on, and I was not quite pleased with how it looks. So I just didn't spray another layer. On the other side, I'm just gonna stick to primer. That's it, no paint. But one layer of that's paint that I don't like. So then I started using, once that all dried up, I started using a protective underbody wax. Little did I know it was not clear. It's not clear, so now it's just brown, and it just looks really because it's brown, it just makes it look really like it's really rusty, but in fact it's wax. So I've ordered the correct one, which is clear, so I'm waiting for that to arrive, whilst I'm also trying to strip down this brown wax, which looks horrible now. So let me swing it around and show you what's going on. So yeah, here you go. As you can see, I've already made a bit of an attempt to remove this brown wax, underbody wax, which protects. It's very good. It's supposed to be very good. Protects the if you got any rusty bits under the car, it'll protect it from rusting any further. Stop it from any more corrosion. But yeah, I bought the wrong one, and it's brown. It looks horrible, as you can see. It turns everything brown, and especially if you've got a white car like me, it just looks horrible. So yeah, I'm trying to. Well, as you can see, I've already made an attempt to try and remove some of it. Still got loads of it to remove, and on the other side as well, which is even more brown. So once I get that all removed, I will then, once I receive the clear one, I'll apply the clear one in the area. So in the meantime, let's switch it back again. Recap. In terms of what I wanted to do, majority of it is perfectly fine. It's just that last stage didn't quite go as planned with the paint and the wax, but that's going to get sorted out on the other side now. Got some learns here, basically. Some learns. So preparation. Now, if you're looking to do the same thing, preparation is key. Make sure it's cleaned properly. Sand down the rusty areas. Prime. Well, no. Start again. Let me get the order right. Basically, preparation is key. So, clean under the wheel arch. Get rid of debris, dirt. Once that's all done, sand down any sort of rusty areas first. Then treat it with a rust converter solution. Once that is all dried and done, then you prime it. And if you can find a nice paint to match what you want to do, then paint it. But in my case, I don't like the paint that I got. It didn't quite show the results that I wanted. Maybe because I got one that kind of dries up with a sort of clear coat kind of finish. That might be why. I should have just got like a plain without clear coat one. That might be why. But in my case, for now, I'm just going to stick with primer off the rest of the wheel arches. And make sure, if you are going to use underbody protective wax, make sure it's clear and not this yucky brown one. Okay, but yeah, hope you enjoyed my journey to protecting and looking after this car. I know I made a few mistakes, but we learn. I still got 3 other arches to do it correctly now. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Make sure, if you are enjoying the content that I'm doing, like, support, subscribe, everything that you do. In terms of interaction, subscribing, that will help my channel grow and do better videos in the future. I do have links in the description box as well, which also helps me as a channel grow as well, because I'm an affiliate. I'm an affiliate with some platforms as well, so making a purchase or clicking onto those links does help me as well. So next time, I have no idea what's going to go on, but because it's still just it's cold, it's wet, it's cold and it's wet, so it's hard to do car content at the moment. But I'll still be working on the Golf R anyways. 3 other wheel arches to do, but for now, thank you for tuning in this week. I will see you whenever. But yeah, take care. Love you all. Thank you very much. See you later. Bye-bye. Okay, so time for me to fix this mess I made with the brown wax. I have received the correct one, so look for UC, not UB. I assume C being clear film, and this other one doesn't say brown film, but it says oh yeah, just make sure if like me, you get the correct one. You don't have to get the same brand as me, but just make sure whatever you're getting to collect to protect the underside of the car, you get the correct one. To start off with removing all of this brown wax, I got hold of some panel wipe, and let's see how I get on. What I was trying to wipe off with before wasn't quite strong enough, so I'm hoping this will make a doddle out of getting this off now. So yeah, wish me luck. So that was easy. That was done. That was a doddle. When you have the right tools, things are pretty easy. So next up, the correct anti-corrosion wax. So give that a good spray. Might do a second layer depending on how it looks. But yeah, once that's all done, it's dried, liner will back on, and then I can actually get on with my life. Alright, let's go. Let's go.